Hello. Today I'm going to present my final presentation, and the topic that I chose for my presentation is PRISM, Surveillance or Spy Program. My presentation will follow the outline that will follow is like this. What is PRISM? What are the technical and ethical issues involved? Leadership failures and the outcome. So, what is PRISM? PRISM is a surveillance program enabled by the Protect America Act of 2007 under Bush administration. It's run by United States of National Security Agency, which collects internet communication from major internet companies. Companies like Microsoft in 2007, Yahoo in 2008, Google, Facebook in 2009, and Apple in 2012 participated in this program. So this whole program was exposed by an NSA contractor, Edward Snowden, in June of 2013. So what are the technical and ethical issues involved? So basically, the world's most of the world's internet infrastructure is based out of the US. Most of the infrastructure is owned by the US company. So whatever data, communication data flows throughout the world, it either comes into US or goes through US. So what PRISM does is it intercepts this communication of foreign targets as their electronic data passes into or through the United States. It hacks into the civilian infrastructure networks. It reads through your emails, your chats, your texts, your web searches. Basically, it hacks into your everything. Under this program, the private companies who cooperate with the US government agencies in intelligence collection, they are immunized from any kind of legal action. Companies just have to allocate resources to accommodate the NSA's request. This kind of attitude, this program basically gave rise to abusive surveillance. It was basically born under the name of terrorism prevention, but this also gave NSAs the kind of monitoring they want to do wherever they want to do. So, for an example, the NGO Greenpeace, it was targeted without any reason for electronic surveillance by NSA. So, this basically gave rise to the abusive surveillance, and it put consumer privacy at risk. Leadership failures. Major internet companies like Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, they denied their participation in the PRISM program, even though the leaked documents specifically had their names. These companies they prioritized their own company's image and their stocks rather than prioritizing the transparency. This created an environment of distrust among their consumers. What they did was they created backdoor entries to accommodate NSA requests. They couldn't provide the NSA with whatever information they were asking for through the direct access through their front door. So they created backdoor entries, which is a complete failure of the trust the people have in them. They put consumer data and privacy on risk. Whatever we are doing on our internet web searches or our web engines, it's you cannot trust anything anymore. This is a big failure in terms of a leadership. And the government, on the government part, they use secrecy to spy over civilian lives. This created an atmosphere of fear and distrust. People are fearful of the government. They don't know what can be misinterpreted from whatever they're even typing on their web browsers. So the whole outcome that came out of this expose was it brought the digital privacy discussion to the public forums. Before this public expose, no one really gave much thought to the digital privacy. We with closed eyes we believe that our data is secure over internet. If we are texting to some other person, it just goes with that person. But after this big expose, everyone gave a thought into it. So it spiked an interest in data security, digital data security, and the vulnerabilities that comes with the internet usage. It created more awareness regarding data access. It gave us more awareness. It created more awareness amongst public, like general public, to how to access or put their data over the internet. It, of course, created public distrust and concern. And the whistleblower, who Edward Snowden, who rose this issue, he is living in asylum in Russia since he has a threat to his life because US government has put a threat to his life. So he'll be jailed and probably sentenced to death if he comes to US. So he's been given an asylum in Russia. So through whole of this episode, this case, what we can come through the come to a conclusion is our leaders have a certain responsibility, and when they fail that responsibilities, a major accident or an incident can happen. This is a major incident, but one major ethical incident happens, it gives rises to more and more concerns, and it also helps us to find more loopholes. So we hope we don't get through these kind of more ethical issues, and we whatever we do forward in our lives as engineers, we make sure we are following all the ethics and all the um, codes of proper engineering practices. Thank you so much.